I will now like to introduce our Community Services Director, Paula Willette.
Hey, Paula.
Too short. It's nice to see so many people out here. Thank you. I wanted to let you know what your $28 has been going for. A lot of people don't realize exactly where that money goes, and we have just a few contracts that keep the parks open. One of them is our janitorial service. It's a one-man show, and he comes once a day in the morning, and sometimes you may see him out here cleaning, and he cleans these restrooms and the outside a little bit. Sweeps the floors and washes daily. He chemically cleans all the toilets and the urinals. He empties the trash and removes the debris. And he cleans the ceilings and the walls as needed and helps keep up on any of the graffiti. Sometimes before I even see it in the morning, he will have cleaned the graffiti off in the bathroom and kept that up for us. Our next is our landscape service. They do a weekly mow and edging. They landscape, they do the pest management, mainly gophers and that we may have out there. They do annual fertilizing, weekly irrigation checks. Now, weekly irrigation checks just means that they make sure that everything is going. They're here probably about 3 to 4 times minimum a week fixing sprinklers that have been stolen. We actually have people that will come here and dig our sprinklers out, take the heads, break off the heads, turn knobs, and do different vandalism here. So he's here a minimum of 3 to 4 times a week fixing those for us. And our daily trash service, he comes through each of the parks, and it's called the Daily Porters Service, and they'll pick up the trash out of the trash cans and take that out for us. Our maintenance service does graffiti removal, which is quite a bit, and sometimes we're on and off, and I hate to even say that it's a little light right now because I know what's going to happen this weekend. Any painting that needs to be done, minor plumbing, fence repairs, steam cleaning on our sidewalks, and miscellaneous repairs around each of the parks. And that keeps them over the hours that they're actually scheduled to do with that. Our security service, unfortunately, we need 24-hour security at this park, or at least at night at every one of these parks to sit here. But they do a walkthrough of Regency Heritage. Some people don't know where that is. It's just down the street here, and how many people know that we actually have a dog park? A few of you. We have a dog park. We've had a dog park for a few years. So if you go down the street before you get to Cordon Road, the last street to the left into that track, and you'll dead end into a little alleyway that you walk through, and that gets you to the park. You can also reach it from William Collier Elementary School. That park is actually used a lot for the elementary school students so that they don't have to walk down to Cordon, all the way through Cordon on the dirt road or the mud when it's raining, and then back down Palomar. So it's a nice little shortcut for them that they allow them to do. They walk into Heritage, they lock one gate, make sure nobody's in the park, and then they walk through the park to lock the other gate. They unlock them in the morning. They come and they lock and unlock the bathrooms here. And they do a minimum of 3 patrols nightly. That's not enough. And it doesn't matter how many patrols that we could ramp this up to, we still would not catch the people that are doing vandalism. We actually had somebody through here Saturday night. It's the second time it's happened that they've come through and brought their vehicles on and did donuts out in the field. Again, lucky them, they ran into a pole and did some damage to their vehicle, not so much ours. Ours was okay. The last time that they did damage to their vehicle, they must have did some major damage, but they also did some major damage here as well. So that's 3 patrols, and then they let me know if there's any nuisance that they notice, and that's usually waiting for me first thing in the morning, and that by about 7 o'clock, so that we can get somebody right out and make sure that things are taken care of. Our utilities are our biggest expense. Everybody knows what's happened to their water bills lately. Well, the park water bill is no different. And that is our biggest expense out of all of our funding. We have budgeted for $65,000 just for these 3 parks. This month alone, this last bill was just handed me today, $7,400 just for this park. So it takes a lot of water on the 3-tier system, and we may need your help to maybe try to influence the water district to get rid of our levels in that for there. Our electric is $23,000 for the different parks. Now the lights are on. We're not paying for these lights tonight. Football's paying for these lights tonight. That's why they didn't go on until 7 o'clock. That's why we were dark. The football, anytime you see these lights on, unless it's a city event or a city sports, and even our city sports, they're paying that through their fees. That is being assessed right back to them. So tonight it's $30 an hour because they have a soccer field light on and they have a baseball light on. So they're paying $15 per bank in that, so that's $30 for them. So that's why we were in the dark in that a little bit. So some of the ways that we might be able to save here is we had a well. We don't know if it was capped or if it was collapsed. There's been different people that have said different things. So maybe to get that well back up, look at solar panels or things as that. Let's see am I doing this one? Sorry. Is this me? Okay. Ways that you can help is maybe adopt a park. Do you know a company, maybe a family, maybe a neighborhood, in that to look at adopting a park? You can do that either financially, help out. You can do an in-kind service. Maybe you're a well guy out there, and I know you're not busy, and that maybe you'd like to help dig our well for us, or anything else that you can think of that we spend our money for. Or maybe you have a material yard, or maybe graffiti removal in your possessions somehow that we can use. Anything that you can think of, and that's what we want you to do. We want you to put your thinking caps on right now and to see how you can help us save our parks, whether it be through materials, in kind, or monetary, and that doesn't even have to be if you know a company that's out of this area that would like to help us until we can either get an assessment or do whatever you come up with this evening and that for us. So, and I think at this time I'm going to turn over to our Assistant City Manager, and we're going to talk about some assessments.